Hi guys, my name is Emily and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a Notions tour. So this is my homepage of my Notions. So all the pages are embedded in this. So if you click down on this toggle, it'll show you like every single page that is embedded in the homepage. Starting off, I have just like an overview of the time currently, the weather for where I live. So I am Irish and I don't live in Dublin, but I live pretty close, so that's like the closest weather range I can get. And then when you scroll down a little bit, so it's just like an overview of what I have to do for the week. I've not filled this out yet, but I will. Just like say, I don't know, clean bedroom. Then coming down, I'll have like these little toggles that drop down. So morning routine, dress, bed, brush, tea, your usual. And then my night routine, simple as. And then these are just like goals that I have for like the year and month and then weekly. And then coming down, we have breakdowns of each thing that I need organization for. So I have university, so college, my master's program, Italian, because I'm currently trying to learn. Haven't really started. I always like fall in and out of learning, so hopefully the Notions will kind of keep me on track, because I'll have like a burst of doing really well at Italian and then just go off the rails and don't touch it for like 3 months. And then this is my small business, our time of Aries, but I'll go into detail in the university section because I think that's the part most people care about. So we'll go into program overview. So this is what it looks like. So the first thing you'll see is the modules that I have, where you can filter it by how many semesters, like which semester you're taking in. I term 1, I have 3 semesters for this course. But I only have the modules I have for semester 1 currently actually in the Notions, because I was like, I'm not going to overkill myself right now and do all the information for each one. But each one you can click into it itself. So I'll go over the page first and then I'll show you what's in each module. So when you scroll down, I have an assignment tracker. So it's like, have I started it? No. Is it in progress? Yes. Is it done? And I'll have that filtered by obviously the due date, the type of task. So is it like a group project? Is it just a literature review that I have to do? Stuff like that. And then I have all the modules put in here, because my modules have codes, so I'm obviously not going to type out the whole name. So like the first one you see there, that is cellular biology and cell signaling mechanism. I'm not going to write that all out, so you just put the codes in. And then the name of obviously the assignment, the type of task, when it's due, which obviously is very important. So when you click on this, it lets you add the date. Yep. And then when you scroll over, links to important stuff. So like say if there's a breakdown of maybe American scheme, or breakdown of exactly how they want a literature review to be formatted, it will be linked in there. And then the semester obviously, is it in semester 1, 2 or 3 for me. And then when you come down here, I have like this progress thingy. It's a widget that you can insert. I will link all the websites that I use to insert my widgets in the description below. I will also have this up as a template, so you can literally just like copy and paste everything. Like if you press this, and it can like move to a different page, or you can duplicate, copy, so it'll be the same. The only one that'll probably be a bit awkward for other people is the weather one, because obviously that is set for where I live and not where other people live. So program aims, I don't know if everyone's like university does this, but for me, my college will give us like the aims of the content. The course should cover X, Y, and Z, and it'll give you a list of all of them. And then there's like aims for a student to do like successful within the program. They should meet all these criteria. Just a list of all the aims, and why I have them as like to-do lists is so I can take them off as we cover each topic. I know that I'm actually regaining the information, and if I have the notes done on them. So if the notes are done, then I've covered that topic, so I then cover the aims of the content. And then for students, which is really good to look for when you're about to sit your exams, if you've met each aim for the students, then you should in theory do well for college for the exams. So this is like all the aims for a successful student. I just have a timetable from Monday to Friday. I have not received my timetable yet because I do not start college for another 2 weeks. This one here is cellular bio and cell signaling. I have tags in it, so the tag would be the module code like I mentioned before. I have everything for like the assignment trackers and stuff is all just the codes instead of the whole name for me to keep on top of it because it's too awkward. And then I have semester as another property, so you can sort stuff out back on the main page when you have them. These are just called properties, but you can name them whatever you want. So if I click here, rename, edit property, you can rename it to whatever you want. And then I have S1 for the semester that this module takes place. So then overview is all the lectures, and I know this might be a bit overkill, but this just makes me feel like I'm on top of everything. If you can do this, I would do this. I don't know if every college or like program or university does this, but I emailed like the secretary of the course and asked if there was like a handbook about the program. So she emailed me the one from last year because this year's one isn't fully available, but it's like the only thing that's going to change is the dates, but more than likely the content and the structure of the course that's the same for each year. So I had that handbook and I was able to see like each module, how many lectures they have, what lectures are called. It does have the lectures in it, but I didn't put that into my database because that could change. That's like one of the things that could change. But basically I have the name of the lecture, just a code again, and which lecture it is. This is why I have the kind of code names here, is so instead of having to like scroll all the way down here, I can just filter up here. If you click filter and then by code, I can say, if I just even put 1, that's going to come up. Or if I put 20, only 20 is going to come up, so I don't have to like kind of worry about all that. No. And then across I'll have the date, which lecturer is giving the lecture, and then a link to the lecture notes. So like what I like to do is download the presentation, like the PowerPoint beforehand, onto my iPad, and then I'll annotate what the lecturer is saying. That's just like my lecture notes with the added information that the lecturer talked about. Supplemented reading that we have to do, that'll be linked into here. And then I have this here. So between the reading and then the lecture notes I want to make my own notes. So like summarize basically these two in a table. So you just press on this, and it's the same as before, so it's not started obviously for me because I haven't started the course yet, but you could be in progress of doing the notes out and you could be finished. This is also just a kind of a good way for me to keep on top of it. I know most people might feel like I actually enjoyed this lecture more than this one, so you're kind of more motivated to do the notes then. I need to be staying on top of my work, so that will like give me an overview of what I have done and haven't, and then when it comes to exams I can see which ones I'm missing, maybe information. It could be like in progress but I haven't finished the lecture notes, I need to go back over and fix them all. And then at the very bottom is, once again, my college likes to give aims for everything, so I have the aims for this module. So once again, when it comes to when I'm finished everything, I should be able to take these all off when it comes to exams, just to make sure that I've covered everything and I'm able to fulfill the aims of this module. This module actually has no CA, and I will show you a module that has CA, like continual assessment. So the same again, I've actually rearranged this better in my opinion, because I can actually see straight away without having to scroll all the way here. It's like in my face, it's the first thing I've seen. You haven't done this yet, so kind of keep yourself on tops of everything. Anyway, that's all the lecture notes. Yes, so I have an assignment tracker. I know I have a presentation in this module, so I just added it for your like viewing of it all. So assignment tracker, due date, finish, grade, and then it'll give me a calculation of all the ones I have completed. So this one is called study time, and it's basically like an overview of everything that I have to do. So here we have another assignment tracker. Once again, each module that I have. This will also have like maybe if I have an MCQ within a module, or if an exam's coming up, it's just telling me to keep on top of what I have to do. And obviously I want it in the like study space of my Notions page, so I keep on track of it. So that's what that is, just a little tracker. And then come down here, we have a little playlist, so you can embed Spotify playlist. And here I have a stopwatch, so say you want to study for 20 minutes, it's right there in front of you, and then you can press stop. So say, oh, I need to go to the bathroom, get up and go to the bathroom, but it's not being counted in your 20 minutes of study. And then once you have done as much, like 20 minutes as you want, and then you just press clear and it starts it over again. And then in here I just have like study list and then weekly goals. So if I'm coming in to do a study session, I've clicked in here, I'll put in each to-do list part what I need to get done within that study like session. And then weekly goals is my overall weekly goals for studying. So it's like, okay, I'm like, say I have to get an assignment done, I want to finish lecture 1, 2 and 3 from whatever module for this week. That stuff will be put in there, and that's it. So that's more or less like the college master's aspect of everything that I've organized. Then in Italian, I haven't really done much with it because I haven't really properly sat down and studied Italian properly. Also because I've ordered a couple of bits that I need to come before I properly start. So as I said, I've broken it down into reading, writing and conversation, because that's like all the elements you need for learning a language. So in reading, they basically all look the same. So I have a goal, and I want the goal to be like, not be like, oh, have a B2 understanding of Italian. No, I want to like, I can change the goal once I hit it, but I want it that seems like attainable, and it isn't just like, oh, here's just a grade. I want to be like a little bit of a milestone, so be able to read a children's story. So like, I'll say a really basic, like a really like just basic kid story, maybe the one that I read when I was growing up little. Like, I feel like if I really got to a very good understanding of Italian, I'd love to be able to read the very first Harry Potter in Italian. That's like the overall goal at the moment. I'm not gonna shoot too high, but just read any like little children's story. Like if it was the Gruffalo, for example. I remember reading that as a kid with my mum and in school. That would be the story, and that's like ones where you have a line per page and just pictures. And then I have this in each one, which is like a calendar overview. Like say, okay, reading study. And it'll be there. And even within here, I can add date, but I can also go and add a time. I'm not really sure. Yeah. So you can add like times or end date, or you can include the time of when you want that study to be done. So that's just an example of something that you could do. So you can add like multiple ones in each day. So then I would probably also colour that green, because everything's colour coordinated in here. And then down here is just like my weekly goals for reading within Italian. So you can just add them. And then resources. As I was saying, I'm waiting for things to come in and do a bit more research on like the best resources. I have a few, but I might do, if you want like an updated language learning video, I have no problem doing that and stuff like that. So I'll have the resources posted in here. Even if it's notes that I've made, they will be embedded in here. So that's just one of the pages. Now they all look pretty much the same, and that timetable transfers for each one. So I'll just give you a little overview of it all. It doesn't know. Yeah, so writing is basically the same. Once again, a goal, so be able to write about myself and my life. And then see the way, look, it's transferred it over for what we had written in the reading section. And then the same resources, weekly goals. Just for the art time of airy stuff, I am not going to really go into that, because obviously that has like my money breakdown of like how much everything cost me, how much money I am making, upcoming projects, which I know it sounds really weird. I'm not big on Etsy or that, but I just don't want anyone to steal my designs, so I'm not going to go into the business aspect. If someone wants me to do something to do with Notions, I might make like a fake one and to show you how I would organize it, but that has the information that I don't really want to show everyone. And then social media. So obviously, if you're watching this YouTube video, I've gotten into YouTube and I want to start YouTube again. So in this one, first thing we have is a video planner. So here, as you can see, I have filmed the video, and then I will probably try to start editing it today or tomorrow, and hopefully have it up on Thursday or Friday, which you will know by seeing this. And then at the very bottom I have video ideas, which is empty at the moment, and I need to fill it, but obviously I'll leave it a little bit mysterious for you guys to find out. Then just links to certain things and links to editing things. Yeah, so Instagram, basically the same, just post overview. I haven't really taken any Instagram photos, but I will get on with like post ideas or whatever. YouTube is probably going to be where the main stuff is at, but it basically follows the same format for each one. And then I have just 2 little ones down at the bottom, if this would load. There we go. So the ones down at the bottom here are just budget and plans. So it's more personal items. I actually haven't filled any of these in because I literally only made this like the other day. I did actually copy someone else's format and embedded it, and then just made it more of my taste, which you guys are more than welcome to do on this one. So yeah, I have all months in each one, and then like total expenses for each month, which will be a sum here, and then just miscellaneous notes and things that I want, so like a wish list. For an example, I am after buying myself, well, I haven't bought it yet, but I'm going to be buying myself a new iPad for my master's, but that's like, I had to earn that. Like, I got into my master's and the work that I put in to saving up for the tuition and everything, that was my present to myself for that. So that's what the wish list is basically there. I would recommend it as a good treat to yourself, a good way to keep yourself motivated for college. And my ones could be the weirdest things, like I remember I was like, oh, I can get myself the pastel highlighters that are in like the bookshop in college if I get a certain grade on an MCQ, and I got it, so I got the highlighters and I was liking it myself. So just that's why I have that. And then each month, so I am starting this in September basically, because I have all my August like expenses, like my monthly bills paid already. So I haven't filled it out yet, but I'll show you what it looks like. So September would be like, okay, so my budget for this month, then what I've spent, then my total income for the month, and then I'll add like a comment, added so much into savings. Oh, also then there's like a status, so you can half paid, pending, paid, so you know that all your expenses are paid, or you're not worrying, because I have had like a sieve, and I do sometimes forget to pay my phone bill, so this is a way to keep on top of it. So the very last one I have is plans, so we'll go into that. That's just like stuff I'm doing in life really, basically. Doesn't really have to tell, this one's very basic. Calendar, fun stuff, important dates. So like this could be, say, oh, I have a birthday dinner on this, or we have a family event on this, and then it just could be just fun stuff I've planned with friends. That concludes the little Notions tour. The template is linked below for anyone who wants to use it, and thank you guys for watching.